Hello everyone, I'm back and today I want to share with you some little trees that I've been working on. I got these little trees at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree store, and first thing I did was I painted them, and this particular one I painted a light pink, and I'm going to make something with this one with you in just a few minutes. This one I painted white, and then I took some pretty trims and laces and I just started gluing them down, and I thought this one turned out really pretty. This was the very first one I did. I used a rhinestone at the top, a little lace for hanging, and at the bottom I wrapped some gold shiny trim at the bottom for the trunk. So that was my first one, kind of a little fancy one. The next one I did was in pinks, and I just used pretty pink trims, rose trim, some pearls and rhinestones. I had this little candy cane like trim, and I had some little pink trim that I put on. So it's just a matter of gluing those on and then adding a hanger. And on the back I used some dollhouse wallpaper. I don't think you can tell, maybe you can, but they're little Santa Clauses. So I used that for the back. So the next one I did, I wanted to use all antique laces. So all of these are very, very old. Some are French, like these little silk cotton pom-poms. That's a French trim. This is a pretty old crocheted lace trim. All of these are old. Then I added some old mother of pearl buttons. And I just used some twine for the trunk. And on the back, I glued my hanger on some Christmas music paper, and I added a Christmas tree across it and a little lace at the bottom. So that's that one. I just love that one. And the last one I made, I wanted this one to be primitive. I love it all, folks. I'm not one particular style. I just love everything. So this one I did some slow stitching on. I put some French knots in and some just straight stitches and just a few little stitches here and there. And I used some old antique fabric that I had in my stash, and it was very easy, just glued them on. And on the back I have a book from the 1700s, and I copied a page from it, printed that out, cut out the tree shape and added that on the back so it looked old. I did add Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas in a Christmas stamp that I have, and that was that one. So today I thought we'd make one together. I painted, as I said, I painted this one. I think I said it. I don't know. This is my second time making a video. Sometimes I get confused. I also have a cold, so please bear with me today. Especially if I sound a little hoarse or, I don't know, out of breath. But anyway, we're going to take this one, and I thought we'd make this one look maybe a little bit retro. So I'm going to start with some turquoise lace. I had this turquoise lace, and I cut off the top of it. And I thought this would be pretty down at the bottom. So I just measured it across the bottom, and we're going to glue that on. just like that. And then the next thing is just finding the next trim that you want to use. I could use some little garland trim. This is a silver trim I have. I think that would be kind of pretty. Or I could use some little pom-poms. You see that? That would be kind of cute. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to go from there to there. Oops, there's my pom-pom trim. And this time, just to speed it up a little, I'm going to add a little glue from my glue gun. Put that right over top. And one nice thing, when you do use your glue gun, you can see how this one is starting to fray on this end. I can, when I cut that, I can put a little glue, just a touch of glue, right there at the end. I'll let that dry and then I'll cut it off. And that will keep the rest from unraveling like that. Okay? So next I could use, this is an old ruffly trim. I just love that. That could come next. It's kind of cute. What else could I use? You could use pearls. I have this. That would be kind of cute. But I think I'm going to go back and use my silver garland now. I like that silver. And I like silver with pink. So I prefer silver over gold with pink. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. I can always come back and cut those a little shorter once I get all my trims on. Okay. So after that one, let's see what we should do next. I think I might do that pretty little ruffle. Do the little ruffle now. Let's see how that would look there. I almost hate to use this ruffle. This is very old. Sometimes it's hard for me to use old things that I love so much. I do think that's kind of pretty there, so I will cut a piece of that off right there. And I'm going to add that. This time I think I'm going to use this. I don't always like to use the glue gun if I have like ribbon where the glue can show through. The glue gun, sometimes it will show through ribbon. So for something like this, I'm just going to use regular old glue. And I'm going to cut this piece off here. I like that though. Okay, so now I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to use my turquoise again. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to see where I want to lay that. I kind of like that middle piece right there. So I'm going to cut it here. going to cut this apart, and I can still use that piece, and I'm cutting this piece here. I could still use that. I could even use it there if I wanted. See how that would look. It's kind of pretty. I think I'm just going to go ahead though and repeat. Let's see how I want this to look. I think that's pretty like that. I'm just going to cut this off here, and I will save that little bit and I will still use it. I'm going to use my glue, this one. Just drank a cup of tea, and I think that tea had caffeine in it because my hands are a little shaky. Don't know why. Whoops. Now this glue isn't holding this lace very well, is it? But you get the idea here. I'm just going to cut it on an angle. Oh, for heaven's sakes. So sorry. Scissors aren't working too well either. Okay, let's try this again. You know I'm going to go ahead and use my glue gun. For some reason that lace isn't cooperating with me. I'm just going to use my glue gun. I'm having the worst time here, aren't I? Okay, so I'm gonna come to the back. And of course I don't have my sharp scissors. Let me get my sharper scissors. And go ahead and cut that. And I'm just gonna put this underneath of this blue. I hope you can see. So there's that. Now I'm going to go back and add on maybe a little piece of this old trim. That's kind of cute. You can mix and match. You don't have to use all the same. If you like symmetry and you like everything to be symmetrical, and then you might want to have a constantly repeating pattern. If you just want to use a lot of different trims, use up what trims you have, you can do it any way you want. Whatever pleases your eye. That's how I feel. So now I'm going to go back to the pink pom-pom, just because I don't want to take up all day doing this. When I work on my own, it really takes me a while. I I'm a slow crafter, and that's why I don't like to do too many tutorials, because I just am not, I don't think I'm very good at tutorials. Maybe if I did more of them, I'd get better. I don't know, but it's kind of hard for me to talk and make at the same time. So I guess what I should do is a voiceover, huh? But I think you're getting the idea here. It's not hard at all. And I think they turn out so pretty, no matter what you do. I think if you use the same style, the same type of laces, or the same, you know, whether it be traditional or primitive or retro or Victorian, I don't really think it matters a whole lot as long as you do that and kind of go with those laces. Like this one, to me, I used all the same pretty much, and to me this is very Victorian. Or if I wanted to do a real lacy tree. Okay, now I think I might go back, put on my last little piece here. Maybe I'll save that. No. I do think I want another piece of the silver, so I'm going to go ahead and put another little piece of the silver here. I think too that I worry as I'm doing a tutorial, am I going too slow? Am I going too fast? Can you see what I'm doing? Can I see what I'm doing? So there's that piece. I do think it's pretty. I mean, you know, as I said, any which way you do it, that you like it. But I do like it when I see certain ones repeat it. Like even in my primitive tree, I repeated the gingham, I repeated the red, I repeated the green. And I just think that makes it, I don't know, to my eye, it makes it all the prettier. But you don't have to be that way. You don't have to do it my way. So there's that. Now, let's see, I think if I follow this, which would probably make it the easiest for me to do while I'm on camera here, is to go back to this. This would make a cute hanger for it, wouldn't it? Look, it would be a cute little hanger. I'm just going to use a little tiny piece there. Maybe kind of squish it. I'll just take a little, just a little piece. See if I can kind of just scrunch it up a little bit more. Just scrunch it in there. Kind of like that. I think that's good. And then I'm going to go back to my blue. And I started with the blue, so I'm going to end with the blue. And just cut there. Cut that on an angle that way. Cut that on an angle that way. bit here. I'm not going to worry about the hole at this point because I don't know how I'm going to hang it quite yet. Whoops, there it goes again. Now it's sticking to my finger. I think that turned out kind of pretty. So we're going to cut this off. Cut that off. I'm going to have to put a little glue on there. For some reason, they don't all want to stick. I'm going to take a little tiny bit of that lace off like that. So there's that one so far. I haven't really thought about what I'll do with the trunk yet. I have this old thing. I don't know where I got that. I could possibly cut that, put that at the bottom. I don't know yet. The other thing I think I might do, I got this, what do you call it? I guess a rhinestone ribbon? Gem mesh, it's called gem mesh. And I got this at Dollar Tree in the floral section. Now what I did was I cut about, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches. Then I cut it in half. And then I cut these little doodads all apart. And I thought, wouldn't that be pretty if I put some of those on the tree? So I'm going to take some, and I just think they're very retro looking. So I'm going to put some of these on the tree. A turquoise. They're all different colors, and they're really sparkly. They're so pretty. Camera. Ouch. You see that? One down here. And let me get another silvery one. See here they are in the strips, and I just cut them apart. So it's just another way that you can use those. And for $1, you sure do get a lot. And I just think they're so cute. And let's see, put the blue one up at the very top. It's more of a turquoise blue, I guess. And there we have our little tree. And you could add, if you want it, you could put snow down here. That would be pretty. Let's see if I have my snow glitter close by. So what I could do, this is crystal fine, so it's not the best. Another thing I could use, I got this at the Dollar Tree. This was in the floral part, and it's metal ribbon, and that would be a really pretty little tree trunk. Let's see, let's just take a peek at it. I think that would be kind of cool. If I cut, let's cut it a little bigger than I think I need. So what you could do is put this, I try to get that underneath the lace, and then just bend it around like that. Look at that. That makes a really, you see that? And you just have it bent around to the back, and it just pretty much sticks there on its own, but I will add, I'm going to add a little bit of glue that dries clear there. And just make sure that's down flat so it doesn't stick out and cut you, because that is sharp. And then you could, if you want it, you could put some glitter over that, or just leave it as it is. I like it as it is. And the other thing I thought of, I had in my stash these old vintage, I mean, these are really old, probably from the 40s or 50s maybe. And so I cut one of those off, and I could put this, I could either put it there, which I think is kind of pretty, right there at the top like that, or I could put it at the very tippy top. And I think I kind of like it there, so I would take, let's see if I can get this off. That's not going to cooperate, so I'm not going to ruin it. I'm just going to leave that on there for now. And maybe the next one I make, I'll use this instead. So now all this needs is a hanger. And I could use this hanger. I think I'm going to use this. And I'm just going to, I like to tie mine first, make a little knot. Like that. Now you could, I'm going to put that right over the hole. You could decorate the back too, like I did on a couple of mine. But for this one, I'm just going to keep it simple. And put that on there like that. And I'm just going to cut off this end. And there we have it. Another cute little Christmas tree. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed taking a peek at all my trees here. And I hope I haven't gone on too long. I hope you've been able to hear me and understand me. So happy crafting, everyone. Have a good time, have a great weekend, and happy shopping.